Hey guys, I'm back again with a brand new video for you all, and this time I brought you my Ultra League battles as Ultra League is already started. And I brought you a team which is very cheap and very easy to build, because this team doesn't require any XL candies or any legacy or elite charge moves or elite fast moves. So yeah, this team is a little bit weak against Swampert, but with a little bit of team play we can overcome that situation. So let's start the video. Moving on to our first battle here, we land into a lead against a Pidgeot. So this is a pretty neutral matchup here. What I like to do is build up to Dark Pulse and then throw the Acid Spray. But they throw the move here and they throw the Feather Dance, which will debuff our attack. Feather Dance is such a good move. And yeah, so I again build up to the Dark Pulse. Now this time we lose the CMP against Pidgeot, and they again throw the Feather Dance here, and they debuff us quite a lot. Now this Dark Pulse is not going to KO, but we can reach the Acid Spray here, but again we lose the CMP here against this Pidgeot. And let's see, so this time they decide to throw the Brave Bird. So okay, so I come in with my Ampharos and charge 1 volt switch. They come in with their Greedent, and I decide to take 1 hit, 1 damage, and then go into my Annihilate, and they swap into their Clefable, which is not really looking good for us. This is not really good for us, because Clefable is resisting our counters. There's nothing we can do from counters. It resists, and they bait us with Meteor Mash, which is really not good for us. Again, they throw the charge move. This time it's a Moonblast. Now we're 2 shields down. Now it's our turn to bait. I try to bait here, but our opponent successfully calls it. I just throw another Ice Punch just to run the time so that I can switch into my Ampharos and make a combo play with Thunder Punch. Hopefully knock them out, but this Thunder Punch is not going to be enough. And they come in with their Greedent, banking energy, I guess, into their Clefable, and their Clefable has got a little health left in them. So yeah, I can tank 1 move, so only a clever play will save us from here. That is undercharging and build up to 5 counters from Annihilate, farm them down, and charge up to Ice Punch, then throw the Ice Punch into the Clefable, sorry. That is only the win con. So we build up to 5 counters here. We were able to build up to 5 counters. Now even if they had energy, I guess Annihilate is going to win the CMP, and we take the victory here. So it was a little bit of a hard game, but we managed to win. So in another game, we land into an Empoleon, and I safe swap into my Ampharos. They bring in their Gligar. Now unless Gligar doesn't land Earthquake, we're gonna win this matchup here. And they didn't even bother charging up to the Earthquake, so we're just spamming these brutal swings here. And yeah, I guess they're gonna spam their Night Slash as well. I guess they'll throw 3 Night Slashes here. They've already thrown 1. This is going to be the second one, I guess. Yes, so yeah, okay, we shield here to match their shield. We've already built to the brutal swing. Now let's see if they decide to shield or not, and they don't shield. So this Empoleon cannot farm us down with Steel Wing. We reach to the Thunder Punch, and they need to shield this. Or let's see what they decide to do, and they shield it, and I come in with my Annihilate here. We can tank 1 Drill Peck, and we'll shield 1, and we'll farm them all the way down. That is if they let us do that. So let's see. And they bring in their Poliwrath. Now before they debuff me with Icy Wind, I decide to throw the Shadow Ball, and I guess, yeah, just go with the flow, go with the Alolan Muk and take the damage into my Alolan Muk. They throw the Scald, and we farm them down, and they concede the game. We take the victory. And another game, we land into a Drapion lead. I safe swap into my Ampharos because there might be, I don't know, I just swapped it. Yeah, there might be a Giratina in the back. A lot of times when you swap Ampharos, unless it's not Shadow, I guess Giratina wins it in 2 shields maybe. So a lot of people bring Giratina into Ampharos safe swap, and if that happens, then our Annihilate can run smooth in the end game. So yeah, we decide to double shield here. We decide to double shield and farm them, and they don't let us farm them. So they bring in their Feraligatr, and this Feraligatr is going to shield this Thunder Punch, and I swap into my Alolan Muk. Now we are both shields down, both of us. So we tank one Hydro Cannon here and reach the Dark Pulse comfortably. I just throw the Dark Pulse just before they reach their second Hydro Cannon. That is in 4 Shadow Claws. So yeah, they will reach the Hydro Cannon here. I guess this won't KO us, and yeah, so this is a good thing about Alolan Muk. It resists the Shadow Claw from that Feraligatr, and they bring in their Drapion. They come back with their Oh no, actually they bring in their Poliwrath. All right, I'm sorry, they bring in their Poliwrath, and which is fine by us. They tried to catch the move there, but they were unable to do that. Now one Shadow Ball will be enough, but they debuff us. Okay, I swap into my Ampharos, trying to throw the Thunder Punch, but we were unable. But anyways, we removed our debuff there, and this Shadow Ball will definitely knock out their Poliwrath. So we take the victory there. And another game, we land into Ampharos lead. So I try to catch, and I make a catch here. Actually, I was counting until their the other grass move that boosts their attack, that is Trail Base, and I caught Thunder Punch, which is beautiful. So they come in with their Annihilate, and they didn't even bother building until their Shadow Ball. They threw their Night Slash right away. So yeah, so we just spam these Thunder Punches. Now this is a very good thing for us. They threw their energy here, and I come in back with my Muk, I guess, and farm a lot of energy with those resisted poison jabs. As you can see, we were able to farm them all the way down. And let's see what our opponents got. Feraligatr at the back. So they bring in their Feraligatr here. Now we won't be taking those Shadow Claw damages into our Annihilate, which is a good thing for us. They go down double shield here. Now I'm definitely gonna shield here. I'm definitely gonna shield that. So they come in with their Annihilate and try to make the combo play, but I caught their Thunder Punch. Yes, it was a Thunder Punch, and now the play here would be, I guess, build almost up to the double Ice Punch, and then throw them, or potentially throw the potential Shadow Ball into Feraligatr. And unfortunately, we couldn't reach to Shadow Ball. I just threw the Ice Punch here, which is not enough, and one Poison Jab is enough for the Dark Pulse, and which would be enough to knock their Feraligatr out. Moving on to another game. It's an Obstagoon lead. So let's see what happens here. I just threw the Acid Spray, which would make obvious. I would recommend building up to the equivalent energy similar to Sludge Wave, so that it would threaten their shield. That would be a better play, but no worries. I just threw the Acid Spray there. So they came in with their Ampharos, and I came in with my own Ampharos here. I have double moves stored here. So yeah, now they are into their another move. This will probably knock them out if they didn't shield it. Now they cannot farm us down, so they have to throw their energy here. I decide to save a shield. And I guess I'll come in here with a little Muk to take the damage, or yeah, to soak the damage. And I don't shield, I soak the damage here. just throw the acid spray to knock them out. I don't want to take another thunder punch there. So they come back with their Obstagoon, and I aggressively swap into my Analip for those extra counter damages, and they throw their Night Slash. And they had a Cresselia at the back. Now this is a tricky spot because if Cresselia is able to bait us with Grass Knot and sneak one fast move, they might get to Moonblast before we get to double Shadow Ball. As we have, and as you can see, it was a CMP tie in the second move there. And thankfully, we were able to win that matchup, and we'll definitely win this one. Now, Night Slash is not going to be enough, and we take the victory there. Now, another game, we land into Shiftry lead, which is very good for us. Now, they come in with their Muk safe swap. Now, I was thinking to go for the Dark Pulse and then swap into my Ampharos to guarantee to win the switch advantage here. Now, this will guarantee the switch advantage. Actually, I don't even throw the energy here. Yeah, I don't even throw the energy. They go for the double acid spray, and I just did that because I don't want Shiftry to farm a lot of energy. This way they can only farm up to 2 or 3 snarls. Now I can go to double Thunder Punch. Even though it's resisted, 2 Thunder Punches will bring it to its yellow. They only farm 2 snarls, I guess. And definitely I'll come here with my Alolan Muk. Either way, Shiftry has no play here against both of my Pokemons. Look at that. Even the resisted Leaf Blade damage did a lot of damage against Alolan Muk, and they had a Steel type at the back, and they had Magneton. That makes sense because they had Grass type in the back, which is weak against Flyers, and Steel is strong against Flyers. So we take the victory there. And another game, Toxicroak lead. Toxicroak is also a little bit of a problem for this team. And I safe swap into my Ampharos, and they're not swapping out. They're really not swapping out. I already reached my Thunder Punch. I threw it and they shielded it. They're still not swapping out. So this tells me that they are double water at the back. A lot of people are running double water. Some are running Feraligatr and Poliwrath at the back. Yeah, some are running. I decided to shield there. I decided to go 2 shields down. So let's see if they shield or not. They don't shield. So it was a Lapras at the back. Maybe they had, oh yeah, they had double water. Now I remember. They had a Gyarados and Lapras at the back. No wonder why they didn't swap when I safe swapped my Ampharos. So it's Aqua Tail from Gyarados, and this Dark Pulse is definitely going to be enough. Oh, actually, their Toxicroak didn't shield because they didn't have shield left. We were both shields down, both of us. Okay, 2 shield scenario. Ampharos was able to win that game. I got confused. I'm sorry for that. They had no shield actually. So yeah, 1 Shadow Ball will be enough, I guess, against this Lapras. May not be enough. Lapras is such a bulky Pokemon. 1 Shadow Ball and 1 counter may be enough. Let's see. Yeah, 1 Shadow Ball and 1 counter. So moving on to another game, we land into a Charizard lead. And okay, so if it's not Shadow, we can comfortably tank. Not comfortably. We can tank 1 Blast Burn. Although it takes us to our red zone, we can tank 1 Blast Burn if it's not from Shadow Charizard. As you can see there, now they have to go for the move here, or else they're gonna go 2 shields down against us. We go for the Dark Pulse here, and let's see if they decide to shield, and they decide to shield. They decide to go 2 shields down. Now I can comfortably come in with my Ampharos and shield once and farm them down. Let's say if they decide to go down or they decide to swap here. They swapped into an Alolan Ninetales, and which is not looking good for us. Our Annihilape cannot see this Pokemon. Shadow Alolan Ninetales charm damage is gonna be huge. So there was a little bit of lag, but no problem there. And unfortunately, we couldn't knock them out. And unfortunately, we have to take two charm damages from this Shadow alone. Ninetales, look at that damage. And they got Dragonite. I was hoping they won't catch it, but they didn't. Now this Ice Punch will one-shot this Shadow Dragonite, and maybe, yes, now counters only is enough to take out this Charizard, and we take the victory there. And it's a Giratina lead. Now this is a Dragon Breath variant Giratina, which is not that good for us because if it was Shadow Claw, we resist that Shadow Claw damage and we could win this matchup. Now we have to spend some shields here to be able to win the switch here. But let's see. Okay, the play here is shield once. One Dragon Claw would not have taken us out. Now we decide to bait with Acid Spray and then go for the Dark Pulse. But I believe that they reached 2 Dragon Claw before we reach our Dark Pulse, and yes, that is very unfortunate. Now, I decide to make an aggressive gameplay here, farming this Dragon-type Pokemon with our Volt Switches, which is resisted. Now, we get to 1.5 move there. It was Skeletorch at the back. I tried my best to time alongside with this Incinerate fast move. Now one more Incinerate and they'll get to their move. But let's see if they decide to fully farm us down, which they cannot, and our opponent didn't realize that. So we reach to our Brutal Swing and we're able to take this thing out. And they've got a Feraligatr in the back. It's not that good for us. Shadow Claws are tearing us apart. Look at that damage. And okay, we can tank one Hydro Cannon maybe, but we reached to our Shadow Claw and Shadow Ball anyways, and one counter was enough to take the victory there. Another game, we land into a beautiful lead here. Tapu Fini, they come in with their Cresselia. Again, I go for the Dark Pulse to guarantee the switch advantage. Now I go into my Ampharos. Okay, so if you do the shield plays against Cresselia, you're still gonna win that matchup because of that Brutal Swing. Now, I didn't shield the Future Sight. Now I'll have to shield the Moonblast here. Okay, we've got double Brutal Swing stored. And yeah, one Volt Switch and one Brutal Swing does the job there. If it was Shadow, then only one Brutal Swing would have done the job there. Now this Tapu Fini needs to shield this Thunder Punch. We've got double Thunder Punch here, and they make a good catch into their Lickitung. But this Lickitung is going to face our Annihilate here. And yeah, we just need to watch out for that Shadow Ball. Now before they reach their Shadow Ball, I try to do some Ice Punch damage here. Now the play here would be just eat the move. Yeah, Annihilate's play in this game would be just pivotal. And come in with my Muk. We're resisting those lick damage. And yeah, we take the victory here. And that's another comfortable victory. So they decide to quit, and that is it, guys. If you like the content, please leave a like. That will help us a lot. And please leave a comment. And if you like my contents, please do subscribe. Thank you, guys.